been mentioning about harm reduction, about this topic around 3 years ago on my channel, and I will link that channel below after you watch this video, so you'll get better understanding of the principle of harm reduction. But what is harm reduction? So harm reduction is a specific strategy that will help people who are using on a daily basis, weekly basis, to get a better care using a non-judgmental way to support and to get better care in terms of reduce the use of the drug. This can including injection, this could including the method of type of medication they're using, especially that illegal medication, illegal drugs they're using on a daily basis. Let me focus on this. So harm reduction is a type of specific strategy to help the people with a range of problem with the illegal drug use. But at the same time, you have to use a non-judgmental attitude when you manage the people who have such difficulty managing their life because of the continuous of drug use. So the principle is very easy, but it can be complicated because even though at this time there is no specific strategy are targeting to support people who have those problems, because different region, different location, different environment, and also different kind of a background all contribute to the way that people may not be able to use, may be able to process in a way that they can fully recover, even though people are using the harm reduction method. So to make the conclusion of the harm reduction, I want to emphasize there's no specific strategy due to all those reasons that I mentioned before. Principle, of course, I want to talk a little bit about some principles when we are using the harm reduction. So, obviously, the first one is when you utilize harm reduction, you have to understand a person's historical drug use background, and at the same time, you also need to know specific drug they're using, so you can target it looking at the type of drug and find out the solution. But you have to incorporate it with their historical background, such as have they been discriminated before? Are they LGBT group community? Are they belong to the LGBT group community? Or are they suffer from racism? Is there any injustice in the past that has prevented from seeking care? How is their community involvement during the past? So all those things are part of a harm reduction method. You'll be surprised. It's not that simple. That's why I'm gonna say this video is not gonna give you the comprehensive goal or treatment about people who have harm reduction, who have a drug use problem. So harm reduction is not a simple one solution. Rather, we are looking at this as a model to support our current treatment care. And there's something called dual diagnosis, but that will be the other subject. So the things that you need to concern about a lot of when you use this harm reduction method, you have to really, really understand the people's background, their suffering, what kind of suffering they have, if they go through any kind of like this one. So that's important. And also, a lot of clinicians make mistakes trying to minimize the impact on a person's drug. You shouldn't minimize. What I'm trying to say is you have to accept the person, if they're getting better, it's good. If the person getting worse, you have to kind of accept the fact that they are consistently using the drug. There is a problem. So those are important factors that you need to take into consideration. In a simple way, you have to be naturally accepted what their current regardless they are getting better or getting worse. So that's part of the principle too. So if they're getting worse, if they went through tragedy, if there's something happened, you deal with it. You don't have to minimize the problem. For example, if the client comes and tells you that to give you drugs, what you have to do. You have to find a way to support. You're not gonna tell them, oh, is this okay? We try to minimize the problem. Because obviously, very important fact is the people who start are gonna continue to use right? And they're gonna go back to relapse once they complete the treatment. Because it's very likely they may go back, but there's a lot of examples. Will give you illustration that they may getting better, they may not coming back to full relapse. But it really, really, really depends on your recovery process. And a lot of times I want to focus, besides all those things I talked about, when you implement the harm reduction method, you have to be very careful with the type of population. Because every type of population may have different strategies for people deal with their problem. The type of strategy you're using and how you can work out to support. So all those things are very, very important. Implementing strategy can collaborate with the counselor, and also you also need to let the client know that they are their own agent, meaning that they know their problem better. Sometimes they know exactly what they went through. There must be some reason why they went through. They have to be center role of the treatment, which means they have to be understand that part, and you need to give them the right to express what they want. That's important. And the last thing I want to talk about is for people who have substance abuse, they can also have a sponsor, someone's willing to help them to manage the problem when they are using the drug. So having a sponsor is important. Teach them to have self-determination are important. Also, they are their own treatment plan. They are their own treatment team. So they need to be involved with the treatment beside your input. They need to be in control of their using, because ultimate goal is to help them to be in control. They can control their using, they know their behavior. We're not gonna quit. We're not gonna tell them we're gonna quit right away, because trying to minimize the problem or ask them to quit the drug is not gonna help. Sometimes those methods may increase the chance to use again. If you tell a client, hey, stop using right now, this is not gonna help. You have to find a way to get them autonomy, get them a way to make their own decision, and you have to consider about so many different factors. So, like I said, this video is not gonna give you a whole picture of how